Okay, my people. I don't come back home. And I dey happy to tell you, say, our next guest, DJ Tunde Elegbede, all the way in San Francisco, California, is ready and waiting. Well, I don't go wake her up and he don't be ready for you. How many of you remember this one? Yes, so our guest there on his way, go soon join us. I hope say all of they follow the guidelines. So make una dey wash una hands well. Wash am well. Oh, wash am like say na mechanic job and I dey do. And make una dey carry your hand sanitizer, carry am everywhere you dey go, and anywhere where they get am, you know dey there for decoration, make you dey use am. Oh. This our COVID thing, it dey real. Oh. Make una no take chances, abeg. And if the place no dey essential, sit down for your house. Oh yes, sir. Yeah, we just wait for our next guest to join us. As soon as he join us, we will fire the go. That are the horns and the voice of the Abamieda himself, Fela and Nicola Pokuti. This one they call Alu John Kijon. Sorry, we still wait for our guests to join us. We still wait for my guest to make no vex. Hello, brother. But he said, I don't say that in detail. As soon as I finish talking to you, I said, go on WhatsApp now and click on it. We are waiting. All right. Make no vex, my people. The next few minutes, our guests will join us. We dey wait for our guest DJ. I just speak to him now. He will join us soon. In fact, our guest is just about to join us now. Yes, so my brother, you dey hear me so? You feel unmute yourself, my brother. Unmute yourself. Yes, so you dey hear me?
I dey hear you. How are you now?
I dey, my brother. I dey. First of all, make I apologize to you. I know say our time zones is no balance. Now 3 o'clock your time there, and I wake, I can't wake up. Make you know that. You see that's your camera, your phone. Make you just put them in one place. Take something, hold them. Oh, you still in bed?
No, I don't do it.
But because the camera they move small, just put that one place where you no go move. Make we go make them sharp. We no go too waste time. Ladies and gentlemen, now my second guest today be this. So our one and only DJ Tunde Elegbede, all the way from San Francisco. Right. Now only WAZOBIA show get power to wake you up at this time of the night. So how you dey?
I did, my brother. I did. We dey push and small. We dey push. How you dey?
I know. We dey. This guy where on the look here, so he dey very prominent, and he get power well. You know, if they take this our DJ business to another level completely, and the thing where we want to talk about with that. Not be say make we just carry Bedu go somewhere go play. Everybody knows saying that thing DJs they do. But all the additional jara where this guy they add to in flavor, all the additional flavor jara where they add to in industry, to in business, to the industry generally, now we want to talk about today. But before we do that, as we always do to Nebaba, make we talk about the background, the good old days, where they born you, school days, all the pattern and salary where you don't do for those times. Make we talk about that one first. Let's talk about the background. Let people know you today when you day young, and then we can now elevate them to the next level.
All right.
Fire the go.
Thank you very much, Baba Jossy. You know, I dey happy very well to be here today. You know, even though, as you can tell, you know, early moment for here. But
Early Momo, serious one.
early momo for somewhere now, afternoon or evening for somewhere. So we thank God. So I was born in they born me for Lagos. I've been real Omomushi, So in Lagos they born me many years ago, and I went to uh, Baptist Academy for Banikoro for Lagos. There I go secondary school, and after that, my papa said, "This boy as he did for Lagos, so they look, they read book. Oh yeah, make you go Abeokuta." So he sent me to Abeokuta Grammar School, and then from there, I can't go college, university after that. So I can't go UI. I study animal science for that place. And after that, play. 5 years reach. And then I go Sokoto. Na Sokoto.
No be smart,
No be small. Na
Now you
Sokoto I go.
in Nigeria.
Like, yes, like that I go do NYSC. And after NYSC, small time I come Obodo America, come here, come begin hustle, and that hustle now that level I still do, you know. I, I still did that hustle level. I was in Philadelphia for a little bit. After Philadelphia, I moved go New York. After New York, I moved go Boston. After Boston, I moved going New York. Now so I come dey New York. Now one big opportunity. Come dey. So I was when I did for Philadelphia, one of the first things where I did do that time that to learn about computers. So I did learn about computers. This was back in the early 90s. And so that thing, as I did learn as a matter of fact, this world, things they work mysteriously. Things they work mysteriously. Because when I first reached there, the very first my very first salary, I did work for one place. The very first salary where I get, the computer I buy you. Me we never see computer before. That thing here they take job since. So sometimes make we dey ask God, make make Baba God dey order our steps, make they take, and when God they talk to us, make we they take, make God they allow us, make we they listen, make we they listen, be able to understand. Because that time now, people will know me say, oh boy, the very first way you don't even buy shoe, you don't even buy clothes, you don't even buy any preferity. Now computer you go buy, you Windows sabi type, Windows sabi do anything. I say, oh boy, and the rest as they talk. Now history be that too. So that's my early background. Now my early background be that for America.
Thank you. So when you come buy this first computer, how the thing come dey ginger you? Where you come become computer guru now? Where we say, I hear you the time when you talk say you dey hustle. Which kind of hustle be that? I know. If na that kind of hustle, na that kind of one you dey claim, come me sef I claim am. Yeah, make I big up the boys in there. DJ Alexo, they big you up. DJ Adex, all the DJs in the house, then they big you up well. So
my guys,
how the interest can't change from computing into DJing? That one na the cocoa where I want here. Shey
Oh
na by chance,
man.
abi na dedication, abi na by influence.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So today, people go hear the truth. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And
We dey wait
so
now.
a lot of people think say I don't do DJ for many, 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 many years. They don't know because of the way I dey take the bad bedu. I couldn't tell them, say, I just start to. So I give glory to our Baba God. I give glory to our Baba God. So one day, this was if I tell people, Baba Jossy, make I ask. I know say that you they do to interview, but make I interview you small. How many years ago? How many years ago you think I don't begin to do this DJ? How many years you think I don't do this DJ?
Well, you don't give me heads up because as you don't talk reach now, do am for the time when you dey Naija. So I go
Okay,
say in the mid to late 90s.
thank you.
Now guess so.
Okay, your guess, you wrong where, you wrong where,
You see
you
that
know. So,
that na the reason why I need to play lottery.
so what's happen? We say back, remember I said I tell you say I did Abeokuta, my grammar school,
Yeah.
I know that stuff, and then I go UI. That time in the 90s, Naim I dey see KC Kule Koka. When
Hmm.
KC first start, ask her when he first start to the jam like this. This was 94, 95 or something like that, around that time. When in the jam, I dey see her and I see as they bad the bedu, the thing they sweet my belly, they sweet me well. But uh, say a lot of people for this world. I know say I'm trying to figure out how to go to the point, but I have to also explain some things. Music, the music where we they play so it dey very spiritual, oh. Very, 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 very spiritual. As they take, they play music, people you can affect, if you affect people mood, you feel bring them up, you
Well,
feel
well.
bring them down, you know. So I, my papa na pianist for church. So I go and I begin, I begin play, I dey hear. So this
In
one
those
wetin
in
dey
those days
happen.
now, organist then they call them organist.
Organist.
You remember
Papa,
now?
Papa na organist. So I dey play music. So that allow me to hear, because that is uh, one of the biggest attributes that a DJ can get. Now make it hear, so I did hear the music. I don't know, say the small. Now in the foundation for my career, they begin so. So I did hear the music. So anyway, so I come Philadelphia in the 90s. I begin collect music. I begin, go concerts. Any big show, I go Fela, Sonny Ade, Hugh Masakela, Maria Makiba, all this, any music. Because I did feel it that time. I did go all the concert, I dey hear all the any music, no even matter where the music they play. Fast forward, so I will go collect CD, I go collect, cassettes, or everything. I I'd be serious avid collector of music. That time, somebody sent me music from DJ Dele Adelego. I used to see him when I was in a UI back then too. I go they collect all the cassettes, all the top baddest bedus. I go they collect. I don't know, say all those things they prepare me for what is yet to come. Fast forward to in the 2000s, 2000, and believe it or not, maybe about 11 years ago, you know. Hopefully, this no go change people's perception of me because a lot of people think I've been doing this I don't do this thing for the past 3 decades. So about 11 years ago, make you open here, hear me well, oh, because
I dey
this
hear
thing
you.
where I want to tell you, eh? So about 11 years ago, I've been sleep. So make I quickly go back. So back in the around 1987, 88, I go out from UI during our holiday. I go out from University of Ibadan. I go to Lagos, during holiday. I can't sleep for afternoon. I don't know. Sometimes when you sleep, some can't sleep where they sleep. We will say they be like when you say they sleep or sleep. Where you dey in between. I don't know if you dey get that kind of sleep, one kind. So it's like a mid. So I can't they hallucinate or they dream. Say I dey in front of a massive crowd where people they hear, people they see me. I don't know. Say I they entertain them. I don't know how I dey take entertain them. But my sister, she they hear me where I they talk through my sleep like I was just talking through my sleep. Then my sister they say, Tunde, you get this kind of dream where this is the thing where they talk for your mouth. Oh. So anyway, this was back in the 80s. Fast forward to around 2008, 2009. I think it's more like 2008, 2009. I can't sleep for Saturday night. I saw myself as as a DJ. Prior to that, when I came to California, when I come California, because remember I said I tell you say they collect CDs, I they collect
Gbedu well.
cassette. Yes.
Mm.
So all my anytime where I go party and then they play music, I just go inside my motor, say, okay, make you put this CD, make they hear. But boy, the party go scatter, level go change. Anyway, that's that. And then every time now my friends come begin, they invite me, come party, because of my CD collections.
Your
One day,
Gbedu. Yes, sir.
yeah. So one day, one of my friends come call me, Adeolu. His name is Adeolu, a lawyer for here, Omo Obado. He say, come say, Tunde, somebody say you play, with your CD for my place, make you come. They ask whether you feel come to a party. I said no problem. So I can't go to the party. As I dey go the party, I don't know if you remember back there where we listen, where we watch DVD or what they call those Nigerian movies where they do for inside CD. That time I forgot it. So the machine where we take the thing.
Nigerian movies are cartridge.
So this
Videos.
uh, so the, um, the, 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 so the machine where would they take play those things? Like this 5 CD changer or something like that. I come begin carry and they go party because I realize say when I finish one CD finish and then I stop when a house party. When I stop the music to change the CD, the thing go it go mess up. People go have to wait another 2-3 minutes. And as you know, for this music business, if music stop for 2 minutes, that's like 20 years, you know.
Yes,
Because
people go rake well.
maybe yeah, people just because it go change. Now people will realize say, time don't go make I begin to go out, So anyway, I was taking CDs to parties and the CD changer to the parties, and I was using that to deliver the music. So anyway, back to 2008 again. I can't sleep. I can't dream again. I be like Joseph with they always dream, for Bible. I can't dream again. Say the big time DJ. This is Saturday night. I will never forget. I can't call my wife. I wake up for morning. I say, sweetheart, this na the thing where I see you when I dream. And I say, you know what? There is a guitar center near our church. So once we could go church. Once we finish for church, we go, I could just go that place. Go walk through the through. I don't
The
buy.
equipment when I get there.
Yeah, I said that just to the look. I say I don't go buy. I said I don't go buy anything. I just anyway. Of course now as this thing be, you reach
Before
music
you
store,
know,
don't
you
go
don't
buy
buy
nothing.
everything.
As it be now when you reach for a music store. Anyway,
You don't buy everything. Carry and go house.
yeah, long story short, I bought something. So, because of my technology background, even before I became a DJ, I know the kind of thing where I want to do. I know that I don't want to be just another DJ. I know that I don't want to spin on vinyl. I know that I don't want to, at that time computer never reach where, and I know say I went and I know say computer they get problem. So I know say I don't want spin with computer. Maybe say I go to spin, something go happen. And that time now how many people they fit buy 2 computers? The way you could take buy, get backup. So there was an equipment back then that they just release out. They call them IDJ2. So we say you go put 2 iPod. You go put 2 iPod for inside console like this. All your music go there for inside the iPod, and then you can then use the small thing. It has a small LCD screen where you could take the
I remember that thing well. I remember,
yeah
in fact, that time, I did think saying that thing go take over from
from
CDs and mini discs
yeah
because it is small though, but
it
the
is
kind of music
small
where you feel store for that thing. How the
yeah.
thing come no take over? I don't know. I bet
I go
make
tell
you
you.
allow me make I hear some people. Our people Baku here when they listen. Boyega Stephen
Thank you.
Father Hero, we hail you. Thank you for joining. Nikepo Laosun Adewale, thank you very much for joining. Wale Tony Eletu, all the way from Lagos. Wale, my brother, thank you very much. Now, my mentor be that for Lagos. So when I go back to Nigeria, Wale Tony Eletu, you did a lot for me. Wale, we must hook up, my brother. We must hook up. Emmanuel is solo, my brother. God bless you. And also Charles AK in the in the UK. Charles AK. You don't tell Charlie. Make God bless all of us. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna take him to another level, DJ Tunde. And the next level where we will take him to now. Now the time where you don't the DJ already. We don't enter computer age because time no dey our side and we won't go.
Okay.
We don't enter computer age now. So and you don't the DJ well. At what stage did you decide, say, you know what, this our DJ thing, we want put small jara inside, make the thing they good?
Okay, thank you very much. To all the people where you mentioned too, I hail and it's always salute too for all the people for Nigeria, for everywhere, for Australia, for London. My London people I always salute too. California, US, everywhere. So remember, say I tell you, say. When I start this thing, I just don't want to be just another DJ. I don't want to say as you see, so to say, that computer day here. I didn't want to be. I don't want to be just another DJ because there are DJs out there, and what waiting would take make me day unique. That will differentiate. Where go take differentiate myself from just another person who they play music. And that's number one. Number two, the kind way where they take deliver music, I want it to be very, very different from everybody else. When I first reached this San Francisco, the kind play where people they play music, when you enter party, the speakers where you go see, you go think say that trailers because of how big everything big. And I think to myself, say, oh boy, no freaking way. In this way, where I go take carry all this thing, where I go take break my back. So I started thinking, how I go take affect change in the DJ. How would people sabi me? We be saying they go call me over the people who don't did there, I remember one story where I hear from DJ Abbas during this last pandemic when it was talking about how when he came to London, he studied all the other people, he knows who the top DJs are. I go say, wait, I go catch you guys. That was the same mindset I had then. So fast forward. So before I even begin DJ, before I even sabi operate my equipment, before I even sabi how to put one music to another, the very first thing I did was to build a website. I get website even before I begin to know what I want to sell.
Your own now, wow. Yeah. How many DJs go get website before they begin jam self?
I did tell you,
Fire the go, my brother. Fire the go.
I get because I had the vision of which I want to do. It was so God bless me with that vision. Okay, you're going to be a DJ now. Where do you have that will make customer say that this other DJ sabi play well pass you, but now you we want. Waiting goes so I can't begin it. I tell you, back in 2008, I was probably the very first Nigerian, African, almost any DJ in the world, one of the very, very first people where they live stream their set for party. If you go to my web, so I first of all, I come up with the DJ name, the DJ Tunde, and then if you go to djtunde.com back then, there is a place where you go click on. There is a live button, live.djtunde.com. You go click on that one. I get camera for party. We will say as I did the party show. This is in 2008. We will say as I did the party show, everything, all the wedding, birthday, all that stuff, as people they dance. Anybody from anywhere in the world, without installing anything, you can go to their website and they watch that party they go. That people never see that kind of thing before. They never see them before. We will say if you did for wedding, your papa or mama or sister can't get a visa to come to do and watch for the US, so they can or they go there and be able to take part in your special day. That's nice. So they sell that service that time. That new special. It was unbelievable.
Wait, I go ask you again how you they do them. But before I ask you, our people don't dey gbori wale seriously, so we need to hear some people. Olatokunbo Oshineye, thank you for watching. We dey see you. Deji Adedeji, thank you very much for tuning in. Hey, my brother Foster DJ, Foster, we got to link up. I get something for you. If you dey watch me now, Foster, we got to link up. You don't take it too tey wey you forget your brother. Adenike Abraham, all the way from New Jersey. Thank you for tuning in. Olushola Orekoya, my darling sister. God bless you. Nice one, Shola. Thank you very much for tuning in. Femi Akisulire, you are watching as well. Thank you all for tuning in. Now, how you take they do that your live screening will be say as far back as 2008 when nobody people like us still the battle computer self. How wetin give you that idea? I know say how you take to the take put out together no be problem to you because you be IT person. But wetin give you that idea? How the thing just come say, you know what? Our people dey here, the family dey home, then they do wedding, the family dey Nigeria, the family dey Ghana, they no fit come. I fit make this thing live. How the thing come take enter your brain? And then how you take and work? Because in 2008, there definitely must be a lot of hurdles to overcome. How you take pull them off? Now we want here now. Sharp.
Thank you, my brother. What happen? We say, as I talk. It's a vision. It's a vision. I saw within I did even before I start. And I sit down, they say, okay, what can I do? So I was blessed, and I'm still blessed. Say before I start, I sit down and I started thinking, what can you do? How can you add value? Which if you add value to the thing where you do, how can I take food from another DJ mouth, even though I don't get the same skill set. But and if not too, I remember I tell you, say I know even sabi mix. I have no idea which I they do. But they go say, this man, he gets something with the other person no get to. Even though it's not as good, we go take up. And I was the highest paid DJ for this entire California. California has over 40, Nigeria, no. California has over 40 million people. Not, and people were flying me all over the place. 2019, remember I said I come your joint for
yes,
London now.
Yeah. We chop like small, no be joke.
We chop with make I quick drop some names. It was great the way I take see all the boys that time with DJ Siri, DJ Adex Baba, Baba KC,
yes,
Omo White,
Yes.
So, yeah, Omo White no come, but he send Ogogoro come, you know.
He said,
So
he said, Brukutu. We
you
knock up.
know. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that DJ thing, even with my moderate skill set, don't carry me go almost all the continents. Almost all the continents. And I will tell you what can happen. I blame one of my friends who named Dafe. Dafe, DJ Dafe, he did for London there.
DJ Daf, now my guy, DJ
Oh yeah,
Dafe.
Dafe,
Dafe, Tite, five boy.
yeah, we did US together that time, you know. Now in cause katakata, because I tell you, say, I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew how I wanted to deliver music without doing too much work. I did for Silicon Valley. So Silicon Valley I did in California here. And Silicon Valley is the home of innovation. We if you look around you, we are always thinking, we always think of how to disrupt how to disrupt, with traditional thinking, how to disrupt, how to add, different. If anybody tell you, say, the biggest hotel chain in the world no get a single room, no own a single hotel like Airbnb, you go believe am. If they tell you, say,
I don't believe
the,
it.
if they tell you, say, the biggest taxi company in the whole world no get one single taxi like Uber, you go believe am. You know, so that same mentality. That how can I how I fit think outside of the box to come. So that's when I started thinking about live streaming. So live streaming is just one. It's just one. The other thing where I do that changed the landscape for me was in doing augmenting. When I say augment, I don't know which kind of grammar be that too. Augmenting, let me say, I can't begin to do what is it they call uplighting. How they do
Now,
uplighting.
now that one we go talk about now, because now that one really now be the real cocoa. Now, it's a shame say we don't feel show some of the things we will talk about. But before we finish, you go give people your
So,
email address and all your social media platforms. Make them go see the kind wizardry and the kind wonder way they perform there. You get things like dancing in the sky.
yeah,
You will explain all those things to us. So dancing
yeah,
in the sky and
yeah,
the way you take do your background and you get and not be
everything.
say all these kind gadgets where you they add to DJ obviously na extra payment. You can't
Yeah.
get
Oh,
names
yeah,
where you tag them. So
yeah.
you go share some of those nicknames with us. Tell us the nickname, what you do, and if I mean obviously if you can tell us what you charge extra. If not,
I would, okay.
just give us
Thank you. Thank
percentage.
you.
We will understand. We don't want no, we
Absolutely.
don't want count your trillions for you. You know.
No, no, no.
So tell us some
Thank,
of these extras where
okay.
you add into the industry.
Okay. Thank you, Abad say. If you remember, one of the biggest attributes that I have, I'm a I'm a child of teachers. My parents were teachers before my papa began go work for WAEC. So I love to disseminate. I love to share. I mean, you can see for the WhatsApp group where we did.
We will
How
talk
many
about that
things
one too now.
that they put for it. I love to share. I remember when I did for London now, when we sit down and they talk for that. I love to share. So part of the thing is also, like I tell you, vision. Make God, when God they talk, make God also give us ability to the hear. And when we they hear, make it give us the ability to understand the thing when they talk to us. I'm going to jump a little quick a little bit. Remember, pandemic started in March of 2020.
Yeah.
If I tell you when I go learn to how to DJ for Zoom, you no go believe am. I learned how to DJ for Zoom around July, August of 2019. I go on Oyibo association. They can say actually they want there's this new tool called Zoom. I don't know Zoom many years before. That video conferencing, we should go and learn how to use it to play music and they can make extra money or revenue stream, that's what they call it. Then back in August, July, August, September of 2019, now here I go learn how to do DJ for Zoom. Come pandemic like this, when everybody dey for house, I begin to do Zoom DJ, playing music for Zoom for people. By the grace of God, Baba Jossy, there is no weekend since March of last year where I no play somewhere for Zoom. No, I was telling my wife one day, I make small change. I think the very first week when this thing starts, and they tell my wife, I say, say today I make this amount of money. I say I can bet you, say I'm probably one of the only maybe 100 DJs for this entire world will make money that was the very first weekend, March 16 or something like that, when that pandemic started. So it's a vision that person gets, and God, also blesses. Jossy, in this world, some people can make money easy, but you get in life, you get what you put into it. If you put zero,
absolutely,
you will get zero. So the investment, the effort that I put into just to be able to think, we're just able to use my brain small. Say, okay, how I go do this thing. So make we start with the jara. So the market where I did, the Niger market, plenty DJ day. Now everybody na DJ. And, so
yes, sir. We get full ground.
Everybody na DJ. If you go to Nigeria, every street has a beer parlor in Nigeria, and every beer parlor get DJ there too.
They get DJ.
That's serious. They do when everybody they play. So I kind of think, okay, how I fit make money? Our people, our Niger people, our Niger market, it has the be, because we have the mentality. Say we go price anything. If I tell them I want to take 500, they go price out to 200 or 300. Because I can't recognize, say that is how we be. Okay, so this money we dey inside these people pocket, how fit take comot am? We get there, they go think that they provide value. So they say, okay, I can't look, I dey look internet, I dey do research, I can't see the uplight. The uplight where they tell you, this was back, I go store, I go buy a big what do they call it, like a DJ controller. This was the NS7, the Numac NS7, we first come out that time. I was one of the first people.
I know. Well, I don't use that. I don't use that before.
Yeah, I was one of the first people to go. Yeah, Elegbede. Yeah, but the way the thing they work, was too it didn't fit my idea of how a DJ is supposed to play music. I will come there later. Most DJs will take hand, they do the pitch, they blend, they do all that stuff. That didn't fit into my vision of how the DJ is supposed to be playing. So I go return the NSA will say, man, this thing is there's not working for me. So the person for the store come ask me, say, okay, this you don't get this thing for about a month now. I can't give you cash. You can just have to buy something for store, so that credit, the store credit. I said no problem. Anyway, I can't add more money. I can't buy 12 wire, 12 lights. So for DJ for lighting, when you go the hall, when you will see the beautiful lights and all that stuff, back then, now wires, you go take connect one light to another, to another. So by the time so that you can fit if you control all the lights back then. But I had a vision that I want something that will be wire. I want something where go do wireless. And I want something where I go take the wirelessly they control the light. And not only that, I want something where we say, just not only me. I don't know how as you guys they do for London, but not only me, they go the party. So I want to be able to set up everything in 30 minutes max. My instrument, my controller and the light. 30 minutes max. In fact, I put them down to by the time I finish, I was setting up. By the time I enter hall, put my stuff down in 15, 20 minutes, music will begin play. People know they believe her, because so I can't they do all that stuff. I can't they wirelessly they control the light. I can't tell people, can't they take photo, can't they take photo, can't they show them, and then people go see. It was a big thing that back there because people never see that thing, that thing before. That hey, I can't they take that one. They they do jara. Say okay, what thing? If you take me I go instead of make I charge you $500 extra for this light, I will charge you for $100, 200. Using I did take all those things as competitive marketing instrument. Where we say they go send another DJ, we no get light, or the guy go come with light, we be say now wire, if they take, if they take arranger. And then the one of the biggest thing where can they do too, there's something called dancing in the cloud. Dancing in the cloud. I wish I could show people for here. Dancing in the cloud is a maybe one day we could do another quick demonstration where I will quick show all these
Yes, I
things.
don't tell you now. We go do part two for sure. So
Yeah.
because now we wake you up for middle of night. So next
Uh,
time we go just set everything up. We'll go get the backdrops, everything. Then we go do them
Absolutely.
again. This one
Uh,
are just
uh,
part one.
but yeah, she say as it begin make me the talk music, say as I wake up, how my eyes the light up as I dey talk
Sharp,
about
sharp,
those things.
sharp,
You
sharp.
know? Yap, yap. You know? So the dancing in the cloud, I can't begin the do am where we say where it's usually for wedding. Dancing in the cloud is usually reserved for weddings. Oh boy, I market time to everything. Oh. I market time to everything. So when bride and the groom want do their first dance, then they go sit down for middle of the dance floor. I go come get this machine. This machine will begin through cloud. So the cloud, so not be fog machine, no, not be haze machine, no, but this is like a different kind of cloud. So a lot of the venues for here, this is where vision comes in and grace. A lot of the venue for here, they will not allow you to use anything that has artificial chemicals like the fog machine because they trigger fire alarm. And then if you trigger the fire alarm, the pano fire people go come. That means say you are disrupting the party and all that stuff, and the venue fee get fined. So the dancing the cloud machine where I get, they use hot water and dry ice. Dry ice is like liquid carbon dioxide or something like that. So just and once that dry ice meet hot water like this, everything will just pafuka. It will be like that you see this big cloud. Oh. So there's nothing to smell. There's nothing to trigger the fire alarm or anything like that. And the effect is very spectacular. It will be like say the husband and wife then they dance on top of sky, all kind of angels. They see them, they clap. That's why they take market this thing to my to people. Oh. Say, man, your very first dance, it look. And when they see the photo, I know the anytime I show the photo, I know so I don't say that service be that. I used to go. So they cook the machine for doing that. It was about $1,500. I did go rent them before, but now I own my own. After a while, I go buy several ones. Where, and they take give other DJ say, what, go dazzle these people. This is their wedding. This is their day in the sun. Go dazzle them. Take this thing. Day for my storage. It's not doing any good for you. Go use them. And then I come move just not just to weddings. If somebody want do party, they want do birthday, for instance, and they get a husband, I will say, I come invent a small part of the program. I go say surprise item. That's where they take, market that. So what they happen? We say when they want to do first entrance, soon as they do first entrance, second entrance, traditional entrance for our parties. When they want to do that one, I will just put that machine for where they want come, or where they go sit down for, or where they go dance for the center of the hall. Now every time I turn this thing on, the hall is scattered because of the effect.
The effect.
Yes. So people know that they never see them before. They never see them. So the other technology way I take use, you know, again. So I did do lights, I did do dancing in the cloud. The other small thing, Jara, where I did do be CD back then. I go so the thing where I did tell uh, people say, okay, we did do your party. When you do party and you meet with your client, and your client will say, okay, this is the music that I want for grand entrance. This is the music that I want when people they chop. This is the music I want for cutting of the cake. This is the music I want for toast. These are the music that I want to hear. So maybe about 20 different music. I go say, okay, no problem. But saying this music way if they take do this thing, make you make you put down for inside CD in no particular order. Just put down at least this way to we go capture the event. And I can't they talk to say, okay, wait, let's take it a little bit further. Make you record your voice. That time, phones, all that stuff, no day like that. I said, make you record your voice. We'll be say, you go take, we go say, hey, this is DJ Tunde. Thank you very much for coming to my birthday party. I really appreciate you. Just in case I don't get to thank you personally, please take this, listen to this music that I put together for your enjoyment, and also to use this as a way for me to thank you. Now marketing, no, we go come put that voice as the very top, as the very first track for the CD. And I tell them, say, you know what, team? And then I go put their photo, all that stuff. I will make like 2, 3, 400 copies of CDs. I had a big automated stuff. So, Baba just say, the way people they take do are different. But like I tell you, about being able to, I'm blessed with vision, I'm blessed with technology, and I try to align that technology into solving a problem. Every time you think about technology or issue, the first thing one should think about is what problem are you trying to solve? Which kind of problem are you trying to solve? So when I did make those CDs, I know it's very time consuming. Imagine make you make CD one by one, and then go put photo, and then go put them for inside envelope. That's a lot of work. So I do research. I see where you fit buy a printer, and then the printer and the CD duplicator. The CD will duplicate the CD, and then put their photo on top of it. So by the time I go put them for night, by the time I wake up, I go to sleep for night. I wake up in the morning. There's about 300 CDs already ready made, without me doing a single work. Without doing a single work, 300 CDs are already there. They've already been duplicated, and then their photo, it don't day on top. All we have to do is just put them for inside the
envelope.
The envelope. That's it. You know. So, but the people will see them, and you know, and I always tell them, and the way they take market that one, and it's compelling, even though I'm marketing it, but it's also serving a purpose. I'll tell them, say, the very first thing these people will do, they say when they come out for your party and they put that seed in your voice, the very first thing they go hear in your voice, where they thank them as they leave that party, because every time they get the CD, they want to, they drive, go house, they want to put that CD to hear everything waiting there. And so
very good idea, my brother. Very good idea. Very good idea. I don't pinch one or two things now where I go fit. They take ginger my people. We go because time not there our side, so we have to ask the last question now. Sure. And before we do that, make I just hear my brother from another mother, Moses Owolabi, biggest Mo. How you dey? Thank you very much for tuning in. I dey see all of you now. Olushola Orekoya, my darling sister, I dey see you. Adenika Abraham, I dey see all of you now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, you mentioned something a little while ago about sharing. And you be one of the Nigerian DJs where I know say you they share. You know our Nigerian culture and tradition. Every person get idea and they keep them close to their chest. You understand? As one of our Yoruba program talks, say Tajabala, the dream where dog dream. Now inside belay the keeper. You never see anywhere where dogs sit down like this, they interpret the dream where you dream. But A good example of your sharing qualities be the DJs, Afro DJ, WhatsApp forum where you create, or I don't know whether or not you actually create them or you'll be one of the founding fathers for that forum. That forum is going places because that is the only forum that involves Niger DJs, male Niger DJs, female Niger DJs, Niger DJs for Niger, Niger DJs for Yankee, Niger DJs for Obodo Yibo, Niger DJs for everywhere, and non-Niger people did themselves. Ghana, Americano, Chicano, Latino, a lot of people did in a big forum. And the one other peculiarities we say, genuinely, members of this forum as DJs, would they help each other out? For instance, we did a show last Sunday night, I think it was. Me, myself, DJ Kuka, DJ and the Pro, and Baba himself, First Choice KC, we did a show. And all over now, for Yankee, people don't know when we do these shows, our own be just to just log on to the Zoom party and dance the night away. But all afternoon, we were setting up. And you guys, all the way from Yankee, all the way, different parts of Yankee, different time zones, we were all working together. That's the kind of thing where they like to see as a group of professionals, a group of DJs. Don't be say fighting each other and dissing each other, and all these things don't become old school. Now, which inspire you to now get into the habit of trying to bring as many Nigerian DJs together or as many DJs together as possible, one, and two, all these ideas where you get, you they readily share them with everybody. What can give you this giving nature? Where you get them from? That would be the last question where I will ask you. But also, when you finish answering, give us all your social media platforms so that our people can visit them. Why not? Our people will fly you come from Yankee, make you come play here now. We wait there here, we no go holla now. We no go holla, we go just stay for arrival gate for Heathrow Airport. We go they wait for you with our condo.
All right. So first of all, thank you. This is a loaded, multi-dimensional question where you ask me. So I will try deconstruct them small. So and I know the time don't they go. So one of the things is yes, I started the Afro DJ topics on WhatsApp. I started it. I think it's going to about 3 or 4 years now. And I put that group together. I did. And why did I put it together? I realized that one of my biggest attribute is relationship. Some people can easily, I don't know if it's our Niger nature as we grew up, or maybe our set, as you say, our papa. But when Niger people did for beer panel, they never sabi each other before. But there is something we will begin to talk as if we don't know each other for a long time. So that's just my nature be that. That's my number one gift is relationship. So I realized, so before I begin to even play music, Casey will tell you, Abbas will tell you, they call them, they ask them, and they will tell you, Jimmy, these are people who I never take eye. I know some who I never see before. Well, I will call them, I will say, oh boy, I'm DJ Tunde, I'm just starting. So over time, I built up this incredible number of relationships of DJs. And then and I realized one thing when I was building it up over the years, that all these people are ready to help me because they don't see me, and I'm telling you the truth here, they don't see me as a threat because after all, I'm several thousands of miles away from their market. Let me say I will take their idea and then use it against them, you know. So that's one of the things I was thinking. And then two, genuine, 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 love, you know. So that's why I decided, waiting, all these people where I know, let me put a group together that will be real time so that we can all be sharing and be, helping each other and be transferring and something within the column that they call them mind melding for our mind to meld together so that we can get we can get better. In my philosophy, I don't know if it's a mistake, but I don't believe in trying to monopolize knowledge. And I think people where they monopolize knowledge are very insecure. If you are monopolizing, if you get something, if you know something and you know share am, you are insecure.
Word, Baba, word.
You know, you are insecure because they fear. So if somebody else get this thing, they go drive it commode. For that's just maybe, like I said, I may be wrong, but that is just my philosophy. And I try to. I have 5 children. I know. I don't know how to take up. I have 5 children. I have 4 girls, 4 daughters. And I try very very hard to mentor and bring up females. I have 4 sisters too. I grew up amongst women, 4 sisters and 2 other brothers. So I grew up among women. So I'm always trying to empower, empower our females. So it's always very, 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 very important to me to make sure that there is diversity. Even though we have that, I started with men, but I also got a lot, some women there, and I'm still looking for a lot of female DJs who are the ideas that now. There's a lot of traffic, and most of the time, I would say 99% of the discussion there is about music, about ideas, about DJing, about technology, entertainment. Every once in a while we debate and talk politics, but we try to keep it to like DJ stuff. And the most important thing that people may not know that we are working on
Excuse me.
is there is a document that we are putting together that started this about 2 weeks ago. It's called Post-Pandemic DJ Entertainment. I think that's the title. What we are trying to do now is to create a blueprint.
No. What we are trying to do now is London versus UK versus America. Now, make I quickly hate some people. Make I hate some people. Hey, Bola Wala Makinde, the ace presenter, my brother from another mother, way through way brother, and I see you. My big brother Ifi Owukegu, thank you very much. Thank you for joining. I tell you, DJ T in the building. Thank you very much. And my dearest auntie, Auntie Tolani Douglas, thank you very much for tuning in, my auntie. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. Yes, yeah, we are finishing now. So you have 10 seconds to talk about UK versus USA, Niger DJs.
UK versus USA Nigeria DJ battle. Make you guys just know, say that you have no chance. Just come out, just come and watch us. Just come and, just don't even bother to show up with your bedroom. Just come and watch us. I will give you
You
an
go
excuse.
here where you go here where now seriously that one na joke now no be something where something where dey inside pipeline we dey consider we dey talk we dey think about that, but it go dey very interesting if we get one the father of all Zoom parties wey be say Naija DJs versus Yankee DJs versus UK DJs, and that one go blow. I mean, sky go erupt. Right now, my brother, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you
so much. But you see now, my boys not the hey. DJ T say DJ UK Naija DJs all the way. Yeah, you want to drop something quickly?
Sorry, one quick thing. Like you were asking me about my social media handle and all that.
Very important.
Maybe in part 2 we'll talk more about this at some point. I actually retired from DJing, believe it or not. I actually did. I did. And we'll talk about which my eyes see. That's another story, the jealousy, the envy, the spiritual battles from people where my analogy where they tell people that time, they say I was just like Obama. When by the time the Hillary Clinton them realized what a juggernaut Obama was, it was too late. They already took over. So by the time all the people realized what was coming, I was already on top of the game, ahead of everybody. So I got exposed to all kinds of stuff that we'll talk about at some point. So I quit traditional DJing, and I still do a lot of Zoom. In 2019, I went to Nigeria 4 times to go and play music. I don't know if anybody knows the distance between California, San Francisco, and Nigeria. It takes 24 hours to get there. So it's like that's like 2 days. I'll go on a Wednesday, play on a Friday or Saturday, come back to the UK on Sunday. But like I said, I think I have majorly quit, retired from active DJing. I really think I have, but I still doesn't mean that if the money is right, I no go do So, but you can find me at DJ Tunde on Twitter, DJ Tunde on Instagram, DJ Tunde on Facebook, DJ Tunde on Snapchat, DJ Tunde of life in real life. Thank you very much. Yeah, Baba Jossy, you've been very magnanimous. I'm very, very fortunate, and I count myself lucky to count you as a friend. You're fantastic. I love your magnanimity. How gregarious and how friendly, and
my head on the swell. My head on the swell. Thank you very, very much. I am really flattered, my brother. Thank you. They're very, very, very loyal, and they're very humble. Right, Tunde, thank you very much. You can take your leave now. I'm sorry to disturb your sleep. When we do part 2, I will make sure say now 3 o'clock I wake you up again.
Don't worry,
thank you very much. You don't do well.
Thank you very much. And good luck on this show. Thank you very much, Jossy.
Thank you very much. Right, you can take your leave now, my brother. Thank you. I will pick up some people just before I sign out. Mr. Tayo Ajayi, DJ T, I hail you. Omololu Odetunde, I hail you. Foluwasho Shinkai, oh my God, Flaky, I cannot believe you are not joining when we finish. Don't worry, I'll make sure you join next week. Flaky, we need to hook up, man. Send me a WhatsApp message or something. We need to hook up. And Yemi Odusi, Baba Odusi himself. Thank you very, very, very much, everybody. And once again, I'm going to end on a bit of a sad note, but it's a celebration of life. This guy whose music is playing is known as Edu Boy Superstar. Or can I say was known as Edu Boy Superstar. He was a personal friend. He was like a brother to me. In fact, he was one of the artists to perform on my shows. From the good old days of Enjoy Restaurant to Africana to Taste of Africa. This guy has always been my guy. And there was a particular day when he had a show in Broadwater Farm. Those of you who know Broadwater Farm. And he refused to come on stage unless I introduce him. I had to find somebody to cover me in Streatham, and I had to drive quickly to Tottenham to introduce him. And I thought it was a joke, but this guy will not come out. I was very privileged to be his friend. This is a track called Guam 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 by my late friend Chinedu Nkwota, popularly known as Edu Boy Superstar, who passed away, I think, on the 4th of January. And he will be laid to rest sometime in March. Ladies and gentlemen, Edu Boy is gone. But his legacy will live forever. Chinedu Nkwota, God bless you. You came, you saw, you conquered. On this note, we're signing out, but we promise you that next week we will have another 2 wonderful guests for you. We pray that God preserves all our lives between now and then, and long beyond then. On behalf of our engine room, my Queen Mojibishi, DJ Alexo, DJ Adex, and my very self, yours truly, Babani and DJ Jossy, we say have a nice one and God bless you. I'm out of here. God bless, have a wonderful weekend, and please stay safe, wash your hands, keep your distance, and preserve life and save the NHS.